Fast fashion may just be the most expensive expense of our lives. Hello, fellow learners. Welcome to another video brought to you by our channel, Terra. For those seeing our channel for the first time, and not, but mostly for the first timers, my name is Rayton, and I am in charge of the content that we put out on all our main platforms, including YouTube, Instagram, TikTok. So far, as of now, it's just me and the boss, the founder of the brand. And our aim is to share with you what we are learning about environment, sustainability, sustainable practices, or systems that we can implement in our daily lives. For this week's video, we take a slight dive. No, we are diving into fast fashion, and we want to share with you what we're learning about the unsustainable truth, the dark, sustainable or unsustainable, whichever one flows, about, or rather behind, the fast fashion industry. If you are unfamiliar with the term, think of the fashion that you may see in places like TikTok Shop or Temu or H&M, Zara, Shine, Shein. But you get the gist of it, and etc. Essentially, the type of clothes, shoes, I think it's mostly clothes and shoes. Ooh. But they're the type of fashion that are made quickly and sold to you, brought to you, so you can buy at a cheaper price as a way to bring the latest trends to you. But is the price of these clothes termed fast fashion truly cheap? Here's what we're learning. Fast fashion may just be the most expensive expense of our lives. Let's approach it like this. This is a shirt from Shein. It may seem like it costs the same as your favorite meal from a Caribbean fusion restaurant because you love their mac and cheese and rice and peas with their pork and fried plantains, because support small businesses and such. But what are the true costs of these items? If you've seen our first video, and I recommend checking it out if you haven't, you'll know that fast fashion is one of the biggest contributors to the environmental challenges that we're facing today. This, like I said earlier, is due to their monitoring current fashion trends and trying to bring it to customers as soon as it hits the market, which leads to them like producing millions and millions of clothes every year. Something that was not the case like 10, 20 years ago. Now, I want us to remember one thing. Patience from production to buying is what creates the most sustainable products. What do I mean by this? Simple. Companies who take the time to actually produce high quality products, combined with consumers like you and I who are purposeful with our wardrobes and filling it with clothes that we'll actually take care of and value and not discard it in the back of the closet. Don't look at my bed. Discard it in the back of the closet, or rather throw it away because of the extremely fast life cycle. Truly does create an environment where we are producing sustainable clothes, long-lasting clothes. Anyway, I was sitting as I was doing this research, a lot of these companies really say they're doing this for us. They are creating all these clothes so that we can have trending outfits. They really are gaslighting us to think it's for us. So I decided to come up with a game called Is It Worth It? Essentially what we're going to do is look at the companies that are big on fast fashion and see if their mission or vision statement or their values align with truly what you and I want. And because these brands keep producing these clothes at the expense of our environment, what we want to decide is it truly worth, is their products truly worth the expense of our earth. We may pay the cheap price at forefront on their websites, but then we end up living with the consequences of our environment dying slowly. So what price do we truly want to pay? And so this is the focus of our game. Is it worth it? And so we start off with the commonly known Shine or Shein. How do you pronounce that name? Started by 4 co-founders in 2012, Shine's mission is to make the beauty of fashion accessible to all, reimagining fashion by leveraging their small batch on-demand production model. So far, makes sense. Okay, we like it. They claim this innovative, customer-driven model allows for more choice at more affordable prices while minimizing waste. Question mark. By measuring customer preferences more accurately and efficiently. Is it truly minimizing waste though? Their vision is to offer every customer exactly what they want. Is that even possible? What do I want? What I want is just good clothes. And I will not take any cheap clothes at the expense of the environment. I mean, that's just like what I want. What do you want? Their core principle, what they value is customer first by accurately forecasting demand, and responding quickly to demand signals. Do you think Shein is answering to what you guys want? I like how a lot of our research has brought this what do we call them? Company, brand. It's called art.org. Really, we're not being sponsored by them. It's just rather we find that their research really shares with us a lot of knowledge, especially on subjects such as the environment. But in an article written by earth.org called 7 Fast Fashion Companies Responsible for Environmental Pollution, Shine was recognized as one of the companies that contributes to the 92 million tons of waste per year, which is also expected to rise to 130 million tons of waste per year by 2030, as well as 10% of global carbon emissions and the 20% of our global wastewater. I don't know how to present the gravity of this situation, but let me try. Our world, our Mother Earth, is covered by 70% water. And of that 70%, only 3% is water that we can actually use in our day-to-day lives, from drinking, farming, etc. Anything else that we use for water, we can only use 3% of the 70%. Which is also to say, if Johnny had 10 apples, you'd only be getting a tenth of one apple to be able to use for everything in your lives. But wait, we don't have access to all of that 3% of the water. So essentially, of the 1/10 of that piece of an apple, you only have chunks and crumbs of that 1/10 of an apple to actually be able to use in your daily life. Let that sink in. And the cruel fact of this is that the itty bitty chunks, the crumbs of that 1/10, a lot of it is being smeared by dye or microplastics, which is even almost double the amount of plastic bottles that go into the ocean every year. And that is water we're expected to consume. But does that give you even an inkling of the sort of reality we're facing? Now for the moment you've been waiting for. Is it worth it? Is it worth giving companies like Shein our hard-earned money for clothes that they know won't last long and are at the expense of the slow destruction of our green planet? And listen, we are smart. If they gave us the full knowledge of what actually contributes to the production of these clothes, we won't buy them because they're at the expense of many valuable things. And they know that. So these are companies that won't give us the full picture, and they'll only give us what we want to hear so that we can keep coming back to them. Honestly, at this point, they are pretty much calling you and me dumb, pathetic, can't think by yourself looking, need a hand to cross the street, skinny, ankles big-headed, can't decide whether the earth is round or flat. Damn! Should I keep going? Me personally, I'm not gonna let that kind of disrespect pass. I'm not gonna let someone call me that and just get away with it. Someone called a bankruptcy lawyer, but not for me. Man, get that shit off the fuck are you talking about? Anyway, I think we've stumbled across a pretty interesting series that will actually continue going forward. So expect to see more of Is It Worth It? Because at the end of the day, is it worth it though? Is it? Our values are changing because there's more at stake than fast fashion. We can be patient on, just like the best trends. We can save up. We don't need like a million clothes that end up in the garbage. It truly is the time to align all our values as the terrestrials of our Mother Earth, so that we can weed out things that don't support or protect those values. This concludes another video brought to you by Terra. If you do enjoy the content we're putting out, if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like and comment. Keep joining us as we all advocate for our planet. And namaste. Thank you for joining us.